Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Manga Writer and today I report on very tragic news. The Lofi stream, Chill Beats to Study 2, ended because of a false termination of the creator's channel. The creator is now back, but the ashes of the fallen stream will never be forgotten. Many lives were changed thanks to this stream. Everybody will look fondly back on the animation loop that touched the hearts of millions throughout the world. And today, to show you the amount of stuff that has happened over the course of this stream's lifetime, I've decided to go through how much this cute little anime girl went through throughout the course of this stream. Jesus Christ, I can't do the dramatic voice for so long, like it really starts to hurt my throat, good god. Alright, more energy. Woo! So the first question that we're going to ask ourselves was how long was she studying for? The length of the stream was a total of 13,165 hours, 23 minutes, and 44 seconds, making this the longest video on YouTube. So to get down the most accurate results, we are going to strip the stream down into the last second. So with this form of logic, 13,165 hours equals 47,394,000 seconds, 23 minutes equals 1,380 seconds, and 44 seconds equals 444 seconds. 47,394,000 plus 1,380 plus 44 gives us an exact total of 47,395,424 seconds. To get this number into minutes, we divide this number by 60, which will give us 798,923.733,333 minutes. To convert this into hours, we get this exact number of minutes and divide it once again by 60, which will give us 13,165.395,555,555 hours. And to convert this into days, we divide it by 24 because there's 24 hours in a day. If you say 12, you are wrong. Which will give us a grand total of 548.558,148,141 days. This girl has been studying for almost 549 days, but let's just round it down to 48.5 days worth of studying just for convenience sake. As we all know, a year has 365 days, so the next thing that we're going to do is to get this number and divide it by 365, which will give us 1.502739,726 years, or 1.5 years for convenience sake. The entire stream has lasted for over 1.5 years. Even if you were to watch the stream at 2 times speed, it would still take you 274.25 days, which if you convert into hours is 6,588 hours, roughly. A lot of time of that stream was spent writing in pages, but how many exactly? I got 2 GIFs that showed all of the animation when combined, because for some reason if I looked at the full GIF on Google Images it would not give me it, and after some simple trimming and piecing together, I can clarify that the animation is 19 seconds long. The stream, as we've established, is 47,395,424 seconds long, so to get the total number of pages, all we need to do is to get this number and divide it by the length of the animation, which is 19 seconds. And by doing this, you get 2,494,496 pages, which could have just been 1,247,248 pages if she wrote on the front and back side of the sheets, but she did not. To put this astronomical amount of pages into perspective, the longest book ever written was Remembrance of Things Past according to Guinness World Records, which contains a total of 9,609,000 characters. 1,000 characters will fill up 2 pages according to Google, so we divide 9,609,000 by 1,000, which will give us 9,609, multiply that by 2, and Remembrance of Things Past, if put into page format, would be 19,218 pages long. To show you how small that is compared to the Lofi stream, 2,494,496 divided by 19,218, that means that this girl used almost 130 times more pages than the longest text ever written. listen. To blow your mind just a little bit more, the longest book ever published in page length is The Blast Story by Nigel Tom, which contains 7,312 pages. If I was to divide the total number of pages written in the Lofi stream by the number of pages written in The Blast Story, she used over 341 times more pages. That's pretty insane, huh? If we were to put all those pages together into a single notebook, considering that a page is about 1/10 of a millimeter thick, 0.1 multiplied by 2,494,496 gives us 249,449.6 millimeters. Divide that by 100, divide it again, and you get 24.94496 meters thick. That's more than 2/3 the size of a blue whale. And if you ever went to the American Museum of Natural History, that's pretty fucking big. But she did not spend the entire time just writing down pages. Occasionally in the animation, she would look out of the window for a brief moment. But how long exactly? In the animation, she looked out of the window for 2 seconds out of the 19-second animation. If we were to combine all the times that she looked out of the window throughout the stream, how much time would we get total? As we've previously established, the stream in its entirety is 47,395,424 seconds long. We divide this stream once again by the 19-second animation and we get this number once again. But to get the amount of time that she looked out of the window, we take this number and multiply it by 2, which will give us a jaw-dropping 4,988,992 seconds. If we were to divide this number by the total amount of seconds in the stream and multiply it by 100, she looked out of the window for about 10.5% of that stream. If we were to divide this number of seconds by 60, it would give us 83,149.866,666,666 minutes, which we can simply round up to 83,150 minutes. And when we divide it by 60 again, it'll give us 1,385.831,111,111 hours, which we can round up to 1,386 hours, which if we were to divide by 24 would give us almost 58 days, or just over 8 weeks. That's a staggering amount of time that she spent just looking out of a window, but there was something else that she did. She was flipping pages throughout that time. But how much time really? When I set the animation to 24 FPS, which means 24 frames per second, the animation that she spent flipping pages is about 13 frames long, which means that that piece of the animation lasts for 0.5416 or 0.542 seconds. We once again need to get the total amount of seconds in the stream and divide it once again by the 19 seconds of animation, which will once again give us this number. But instead of multiplying it by 2 like last time, we simply multiply this number by 0.542, which would still give us a massive number of 1,243,616.832 seconds. Divide this number by 60 and we get 20,726.9472 minutes. Divide that number by 60 and that'll give us 345.44912 hours. Divide this number by 24 and that would give us a total of 14.3937133333 days, which put into layman's terms is just over 2 weeks. But during those periods where she wasn't flipping the pages and looking out of the window, she was writing down some stuff, and obviously that would go through quite a number of pencils. So how many pencils did she use? According to Google, an unproven but widely trusted statistic says that a pencil can write a total of 45,000 words. But how does one find the amount of numbers per page? Well, sit down, you fucking bitch, I'ma tell ya! To get the number of words per page, I opened up an app called Manga Studio 5 and made a file that was the size of an A5 page, because that's what I predict the size of the notebook is. I then took a screenshot of the video in Sony Vegas, slapped the screenshot into Manga Studio, and edited it so that all I could see was the page with words on it. Then I took the simple line tool and just drew in where I think words would go, and by doing this, I counted a total of 38 words per page. So to determine how many pages one pencil could go through with this statistic, we need to divide 45,000 by the 38 words that I found in the page, which if she were to write 38 pages per page consistently, one pencil would give us 1,184 pages. The number is a little higher than 1,184, but no one uses a pencil like that, come on, let's be real. So So considering that one pencil with this statistic can go up to 1,184 pages, to get the total amount of pencils used, we get 1,184 and divide it into 2,494,496, which is the total amount of pages we found, which will give us a jaw-dropping 2,106.8378378378, or 2,107 pencils, with one pencil almost gone. A lot of words were written with those 2,107 pencils, but how many words precisely? As I've previously established, I guesstimated that there were 38 words per page. So to get the total number of words written down, we multiply 38 by the total number of pages, which is 2,494,496, which will give us 94,790,848 words. To put this universal amount of words into perspective, the Blast story, the longest book ever published, contains only 3,277,227 words. Even if you want to stretch this out into fanfiction, the longest fanfiction is supposedly a Smash Bros fanfiction titled Subspace Emissary World's Conquest, which alone contains 4,102,217 words. If we were to divide these two numbers into the total amount of words written in the stream individually, that would mean that she wrote the Blast story just over 28 times, and she wrote the fanfiction just over 23 times. That's quite insane when you really think about it. So many words and so many pages had to go through a lot of notebooks. So how many? Because this is an animation, I obviously can't determine what the exact model of the notebook is, but I can make a guess. And looking closer, my best guess is that that notebook is a moleskin notebook, which has about 192 pages in it. 2,494,496 divided by 192 would give us 12,992.166,666,666 notebooks, which we can simply round up to 12,993 notebooks. That is quite the number of notebooks. How much did that cost? This notebook model costs around £9.77 on Amazon, so to get the total amount of money, we simply get this price and multiply it by 12,993, which will give us a wallet-shriveling £126,941.61, which is $163,615.04, or 17,943,196.57 Japanese yen. The numbers in this video, holy shit. All of that money spent on notebooks with this many number of pages written in is going to weigh a lot. So how much? I did some research into Google, and according to it, an A5 page weighs 3.125 grams. 3.125 multiplied by the total number of pages found gives us 7,795,300 grams, which divided by 1,000 gives us 7,795.3 kilograms. For reference, that's almost the weight of a full-grown African elephant, or just under 2 average-sized cars. So the final question I want to ask myself was how much of that paper wasn't used? Because if you look closely, she never wrote in an entire page. So the first thing I needed to do was to get the area of the writing in the notebook. I went back to Manga Studio 5 and got the same screenshot as the lettering, and I drew a small red border around the words and measured it using a ruler. An A5 page is 21 centimeters times 14.8 centimeters, and the writing border that I found to the best of my ability was 5.5 centimeters by 13.25 centimeters. With these numbers, we now have to find the surface area of the writing border and the A5 page. 21 multiplied by 14.8 is equal to 310.8 centimeters squared, and 5.5 multiplied by 13.25 is equal to 72.875 centimeters squared. 310.8 minus 72.875 gives us 238.015 centimeters squared of paper that was left empty. 72.825 divided by 310.8 multiplied by 100 means that 23.4% of the paper was used, and 76.6% of the paper was not. So how can I show you the amount of pages that went to waste? Well, if you thought the numbers were big before, hold on to your fucking anus. We first need to multiply 310.8 by the total number of pages in the stream, which means that the total number of pages, if you were to put it all together, would equal 775,289,356.8 centimeters squared. The next thing we need to do is to multiply the total number of pages by the amount of space that was not used, which will give us 593,727,465.44 centimeters squared. We take the smaller number away from the larger number, and that gives us 181,561,891.36 centimeters squared. And if we were to divide these two numbers by 310.8, that would mean that 584,176 pages were used and 1,910,320 pages were not used. If we were to put those numbers into weight, not even 2 tons of that paper was actually used. Oh, my head. Fuck, these numbers are killing me. I probably could go on, and if you have any more questions, feel free to leave it in the comments. But honestly, the stuff that I've already mentioned is fucking insane numbers. The amount of shit that this girl went through over the course of 1.5 years is insane. Over 2 million pages were written in. Over 94 million words were written. More than 2,000 pencils were used. This girl is incredible. Surely after all of that studying that she really got somewhere. Maybe she's the next astrophysicist. Maybe she won a Nobel Peace Prize. The girl has an extremely bright future, and hopefully, now that the stream ended, she can finally take that test that she was studying for and completely ace it with absolutely no problem. This is the kind of person we should strive to be. To have this much determination to get the amount of stuff studied, this much passion into a subject, this much iron will to get something done. Except all that studying meant absolutely fuck all, because oh boy, the stream is back on. Looks like she failed the test. My name is Manga Writer, and this has been the best waste of your time.